Hey friends, welcome to your embodied, mellow, stretchy flow. My name is Molly, and this will be a 30-ish minute class. We'll move some, we'll sit some, we'll stretch some, we'll flow some. Just a nice, gentle, well-rounded practice to feel a bit grounded and a bit rejuvenated at the same time. Before we begin, a couple of announcements. I will have a playlist linked below, a Spotify playlist. Please subscribe to my channel, comment below, like this video, share it with others. And I do have my Venmo link listed below if you're in a place to donate. That's amazing, but I'm glad you're here regardless. And go ahead and take some time to set up your space. Come to your practice today with some intention, with some gratitude, presence. So if you need props, grab them. If you need something that smells good or that music, grab it now, and then we'll get started. So today we're going to begin in a child's pose variation. Bring your knees out wide, your big toes to touch in the center, and then we're going to gently rest our forearms down and place your forehead on your thumbs. Thumbs come to the space of the third eye, between your eyebrows. Let your hips sink heavy back towards your heels, and then let your in-breaths find some length along your spine and your side waist. In your out-breaths, let your bones sink heavy into the mat or into the earth. No need to control your breath, but just start to notice it. Maybe for the first time today, it feels so good to take an intentional breath. To feel the influx of oxygen and life and energy. And then to feel the outpouring of something that you can let go or give away. Let your breath start to make its way throughout your body, noticing any spots of tension or tightness or holding, and start to soften there. Maybe as you open up more, you place your hands on the mat and rest your forehead or a cheek onto your hands. We're just grounding here for a few more moments. And as you're ready, lift on up to a tabletop. Open your eyes if you close them. We're stacking shoulders over wrists and knees over hips. Go ahead and shift your hips side to side, feeling your femur, your thigh bone glide in its socket and stretch your glute. Option here, my favorite thing is just to play around, is to feel good. If it stays in these shifts, great. If it transitions into a cat and a cow or a barrel roll, I encourage you to close your eyes and just kind of follow where the breath in your body is leading you. It doesn't have to look a certain way, or it doesn't have to be a certain pose. On the mat is where we realign and rejoin all the layers of us, so our body, our presence, our mind, our breath, our heart and emotion and intention. So let the shapes that you make today be an expression of that alignment and combination. Good, a couple rounds of cat-cow. As you come back to center, inhale. Drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your gaze, and pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, cat pose, tuck chin to chest, round pubic bone up towards your belly button. Press the ground away, separate your shoulder blades. Inhale to open up. Exhale, push and round. Good, one more round. Inhale. Dip your belly, arch through the back body. Exhale, round through back body, hollow out through your stomach. Good, neutral spine. Walk your right knee over to meet your left. Drop down onto your right hip and your right elbow. So we're facing the left side of the mat. Inhale to cactus your left elbow back. We're bending our elbow at 90 degrees, opening up across the chest. Exhale, left elbow closes down towards right and round through the back body. Inhale, cactus and open. Exhale, compress. Let the space in the back of the heart puff up towards the sky. One more time with your breath. Good, face the left side of your mat. Right leg stays where it is. Bend your left knee and bring your left heel towards your glute. Maybe your left hand holds on to the top of the foot. Inhale to take a quad stretch. So we're gluing heel and glute together, pressing our pelvis forward, maybe driving left knee back. Exhale, take your left knee up towards your left ear. Dip your right rib cage down towards the mat. Nice side body stretch. Inhale, quad stretch, open up across the front body. Exhale, left knee to left ear. Drop your right rib cage down. One more time. If that doesn't serve you, find something funky that does. Just explore here. Good, we're gonna roll to the other side. Onto left elbow and left hip. Bend your knees, not quite, to 90 degrees. And from here, inhale, cactus your right elbow back. Peel the right side of your shoulder and heart open towards the sky. Exhale, close it back down. Right elbow touches down towards the mat as the back body rounds. Inhale to open up. Exhale, release. One more with your breath. Good, take that quad stretch. So we're gonna bring our right heel back behind us, hold on to the top of the foot with your right hand, and then inhale, engage your glutes, press your hips forward. Feel that stretch on the front of the right thigh. Exhale, draw your right knee towards your right ear and dip your left rib cage down. Side body stretch, good. Inhale to open up into your quad. Breathe out the whole length of your breath to get every little feel-good inch out of your stretch. One more time. Good, roll back through center. Prop up onto your hands and knees again, tabletop pose. Couple more shifts of your hips side to side. Couple more barrel rolls or cat-cow. Eventually, if you're ready, we will come to stand on the shins. Tuck your toes underneath you. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, clasp onto opposite elbows. Breathe in, baby back bend. Use your glutes to press your hips forward. Draw your elbows into the space behind you. Exhale, round, poke your elbows forward. Shoulder blades slide apart on the back body. Inhale, straighten up, neutralize your spine. Exhale, side bend to the right. Right elbow drops down, left elbow lifts up towards the sky. Hips stay right where they are. Good, inhale back through center. This time right knee to chest. Exhale, step your foot forward. Release your right elbow to your right knee. Kickstand your left foot underneath your body, and then take a modified side angle. Stretching left fingertips up or forward. Tuck your right hip bone underneath your body. Feel a lengthening breath along the left side of the waist and ribs and shoulders. Good, now take a few back strokes with your left arm. You can do what you want with your neck. If it feels good for your gaze to follow your right thumb, that's an option, or you can stay still. Next, exhale, plant your left hand on the inside of your right foot. Our pelvis now faces forward. And then rock onto the pinky toe side of your right foot. Drop your right knee out to the side. Place your right hand on your right knee to find some length and broadening across your collarbones. Take this modified lizard stretch. Doesn't need to be the deepest, biggest expression. Just find something that feels good, and find something where you can keep a little bit of engagement. So energetically pulling right heel back and left knee forward to draw both halves of the pelvic floor together, engaging some hip flexors and inner thighs. Press down through your left palm and lift up through your heart. Good. Press through both hands. Step your right knee back to meet your left. Come to our kneeling pose. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, clasp onto opposite elbows, opposite forearm in front this time. Breathe in for a baby back bend, arcing into the space behind you. And exhale, round and push your elbows forward. Breathe in, find a neutral spine. Lift your left knee up. And then step it to the top of the mat. Release your left elbow to your left knee. Take your right fingertips either up or forward into a modified side angle. Left hip crease shifts back. And right fingertips stretch as far as they can. Breathing in to inflate your right lung. And maybe you take those big back strokes with your right arm. Good. Next, exhale. Plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Drop onto the outer edge of your left foot and then open up the left knee with your left hand. Take this lizard stretch. Back knee is dropped. We're not finding an arch in the low back, and we're keeping a slight engagement of our right hip and glute muscles. Two more breaths here. Exhale, press into both palms. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Take a sway of your hips side to side in your tabletop. And then walk your hands forward, finding a modified puppy pose. Find a little hammock of your belly. Again, taking swaying movements side to side. And from here, we're gonna alternate pressing one palm into the wrist crease of the other hand and rocking onto one shoulder, or pretend you could rock onto your shoulder. So this will stretch into your lat. So left palm presses into right wrist crease. And we open up our chest a little bit to the left. Take a breath in. Exhale, roll through center. This time right palm presses into left wrist crease and stretch it forward as your left shoulder blade drops down. Start to move back and forth with whatever type of rhythm feels good for you. You should feel a nice stretch on the lower and outer part of your shoulder blade through the side body. Good. Next time your right shoulder drops, let your right elbow ground into the mat. Tent up onto your left hand and stretch your left or your right leg long behind you. Rock forward and backwards on the ball of the right foot. Moving into a little slidey calf stretch. Next, inhale, lift your right heel high. Straighten through your leg. Exhale, bend your right knee, maybe balance on the right elbow, and bring your left hand behind you for the top of the right foot. If everything feels good here, you could take a little kick into the left hand. Modified tiger pose. Inhale here. Good. Exhale, release back down. And we'll switch it out. Ground into your left elbow, tent up onto your right hand. Stretch your left leg long. Toggling back and forth on the ball of the left foot to stretch your left calf. Next inhale, your left heel lifts. Reach back with your right hand as you bend your left knee. And if you feel good here, hug everything into midline with your core and then kick your left foot into your right hand. Breathe in. And exhale. Release. Bring your knees out wide, your big toes to touch. Sit your hips to your heels and take a rock side to side in this lifted child's pose. Walk your hands to the right and lower your forehead down. Balasana with a side stretch. Maybe you interlace fingers so you can stretch even further into the side body. And we'll hang out here and check in for a moment. Notice if anything has come up so far. Anything that feels stuck or anxious in your life right now. Something you've been wanting freedom from, or safety from, or security in, or control with. It's definitely a common sensation and emotion to have right now. Despite us all having different personalities, I'm sure there's something each of us can find that's hard to let go of the striving regarding. Take your side stretch over to the left. Sink your right hip back. And grow long through the right side of your waist and rib cage. And shoulder blade, outer arm. I like to read something that I've been thinking about and journaling about. That's definitely felt like a big lesson that I'm learning right now. It says freedom is inherently free of constraints, unbound. So how could we think that our semblance of and striving for control will enhance our experience in any way or lend to fulfillment and expansiveness? If what we want is freedom, we have to let life unfold. Even the act of thinking things should go a certain way limits the possibility and potential for full revelation. Maybe that's relevant for you, maybe it's not. If it is, carry it with you, keep revisiting. If it's not, move on. Focus on something else, just body sensations or breath. Good, come back through center. Tuck onto your toes. Glide your hips back, downward facing dog. Take a nice generous bend in your knees in order to lengthen through your low back and press your palms forward. Couple breaths to land here. Centering back into body.
On your next inhale, ripple and roll your spine forward into a rounded high plank. Exhale, bend your knees, glide your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale to roll forward. Exhale, wave your spine back. And move fluidly. Let it feel good. If this is too much, you can move from a child's pose to a cobra, or just cat-cow. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, wave back. Take your feet a little bit wider. Walk your hands back a step. Push through your left palm and stretch your right hand to somewhere along the outside of your right leg, whether that's your thigh or your calf or your ankle. Bend your knees, inhale, find some length through your spine, and then exhale, twist to the left, duck your head underneath your left shoulder, and really, really scrunch everything out of that exhale. Good, come back through center, plant through your right hand. Bring your left hand to somewhere along the right side of your, outside of your right leg. Inhale, bend your knees, stretch your spine long. Exhale, twist to the right. Good, move back through center. Inhale, reach your right leg high, three-legged dog. Nice square pelvis. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then all 10 toes turn to pivot to the right. We'll drop our left hip down. Fallen lunge. Let's hang out here for a few breaths so it feels good to let your left rib cage stretch open. You can take that. If you need to wiggle your right foot back a little bit, that is an option. Couple deep breaths, stretching into the outer hips. One more inhale. Exhale, two hands plant, turn to face the front of the mat. Tuck your left toes, step back, down dog. Inhale, left foot sweeps high. Exhale, tiger curl, left knee into chest. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. All 10 toes pivot to the left. Sink your right hip down into a fallen lunge. Facing the left side of our mat. And then we open up through the outer hips. And again, maybe into the right side body. Thinking about breathing into the back of the right rib cage. Deepest breath yet. Exhale, pivot to the front. Plant both hands. Step forward to an Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need. Plant through your feet. And then roll up your spine one segment at a time. Shoulders and head and neck are last to unravel. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Clasp onto opposite elbows. Take a little wiggle around. So move with the music if you're listening to music. Or just follow your body and your breath. But close your eyes. Throw out any preconception of what this should look like. Inhale to stretch tall. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. One more time, breathe in to roll up your spine at the very top, your shoulders, head, neck, unravel in your arms, sweep high. Clasp onto opposite elbows in the opposite direction. Close your eyes and take a little wiggle and shake. Move something through your body. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe in for a halfway lift. Press your fingers into your shins and stretch the crown of your head forward.
exhale, bend your knees, come into a toe stand malasana squat variation. So coming onto the balls of the feet, bring your knees to the outsides of your elbows. And just shift side to side through your hips here. As you breathe in, maybe you drop your knees all the way to the mat on the outsides of your fingers, stretching through the bottoms of the feet. Exhale, plant right knee and left knee tabletop. We'll kind of move through a little breath with movement flow here, but it'll be some familiar shapes. On an inhale, come to your tall kneeling position, sweep your arms high. Hold on to opposite elbows, ground down through your knees on an exhale. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, round and push your elbows forward. Breathe in to grow tall. And exhale, drop your right elbow down, find that side stretch. Inhale, right knee to chest as you come back through center. Exhale, low lunge shape. Then drop your right elbow to your right knee. Inhale for modified side angle, left fingertip sweep overhead. Exhale, left hand plants on the inside of right foot. Inhale, lizard lunge, roll onto the pinky toe side of your right foot. Press right hand into right knee. Good, exhale, fall and lunge, toes face to the right. Drop your left hip down. Inhale, back through center, lower your right elbow to the mat. Stretch your right leg long behind you. And exhale, curl heel into glute, reach back with your left hand. Inhale, kick foot into hand if you want that option. Open up across the front of the left shoulder. And exhale, drop two knees to the mat. Take a little side stretch over to the left in your child's pose. Good, breathe in, hands walk forward, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your left hand for the outside of your right foot for a twist. Good, inhale, walk forward to the top of the mat. Find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let the breath out of your mouth. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, root to rise. Feet are steady, arms reach high. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center. And exhale, dive, let it go. Uttanasana. Good. Toe stand squat. Bring your knees to the outside of your hands. As you breathe in, maybe you drop them all the way to the mat. Stretch to the bottoms of the feet. And exhale, left knee steps back. Right knee steps back, tabletop. Breathe in for a cat-cow. Exhale, finish. Good, inhale, come to your tall kneel. Sweep your arms high, hold on to opposite elbows. Exhale, ground down here. Find some engagement to the glutes and the core. Breathe in for a back bend. Breathe out, round and press. Good, shift your weight to the right leg. As you inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, step your left foot forward, drop left elbow, left knee. Inhale, modified side angle. Exhale, right hand plants. Lizard lunge, left hand to left knee, open up the hips. And exhale, all 10 toes to the left, fall and lunge. Right hip drops down. Good. Inhale, back through center, left elbow drops, left leg extends long. Exhale, curl your heel into your glute, reach back with your right hand. Modified tiger, kick your foot into your hand, open up across the right collarbone this time. And exhale, child's pose, two knees drop, take a side stretch to the right. Inhale, downward facing dog. And as you get there, exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, walk your feet forward, step them forward, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold your heart down. Ground down through your feet, inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Breathe in, find some length, and breathe out, Uttanasana.
Last chance for a halfway lift. Stretch forward through your spine and your chest. And exhale, bend into your knees. Find your toe stand squat. Inhale, drop your knees to the mat if you want the foot stretch. And exhale, lower your hips all the way down to the mat. Let's stretch our right leg long and bring our sole of our left foot to the inner seam of our right leg. Crawl your right hand on the inside or top of your right leg, and then inhale to stretch left arm up and over. Janu Shasana variation with a side stretch. Your left fingertips do not need to reach your right toes. If they do, just make sure you're not collapsing down through the chest. Good, now plant your left hand back behind you. Ground down through your right heel and left shin. Inhale, open up. Stargazer pose, left or both hips press forward to the left side of the mat. Lower back down. Side stretch in your Janu. Come back to a neutral spine. Keep your left leg where it is. Bend your right knee so that your foot comes on to the outside of your right hip. So it's kind of a half hero pose. If you want, you can start to walk your hands back into the space behind you, stretching again into the front of the quad. Start to feel your breath and your heart rate slow and calm. Stay here longer if you'd like. If you're ready, we'll switch it out. Left leg extends long and right foot comes to the inner seam of your left leg. Ground down through your sit bones, sit up tall out of your waist. Turn your heart to the right and take a side stretch. So left hand crawls down the left leg, right arm sweeps up and over. Again, everyone has different flexibility in this pose, but the important thing is we're staying expanded across the collarbones and not collapsing into the chest. Good, plant your right hand behind you, press into your legs, extend your hips to the front right corner of the mat, stargazer pose. Lower back down. Janu with a side stretch. Come back to a neutral spine, bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hip. Half hero's pose. Stay upright or walk your hands back to whatever point feels good for you. If your mind has wandered, bring it back to something that is here and now. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Hold onto your big toes and sit up really tall out of your waist. Close your eyes, exhale, fold forward. It doesn't need to be a big stretch, just let it feel good for you. Come back through center. Bring your feet out wide. Use your hands as brakes behind your thighs and come to lie down. Kneecaps are pointing up. Heels walk in towards your body. On your next in-breath, push down through your feet. Engage your glutes. Lift your hips up, Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Option to walk your hands underneath your low back and your shoulders under your body. Interlacing your fingers. 5 breaths. Last bit of effort here, inhale. Exhale, release down into a state of ease. So whatever that means for you, you can take Supta Baddha Konasana, knees wide, feet in the center, or broken bridge with feet wide and knees center. Or you could stretch long into Shavasana. Just meet yourself here for the next few moments in stillness and silence and presence. Spending time with anything that has come up for you. And giving yourself the permission and the gift that is letting your life unfold without the constant striving to control it. Feel free to stay here as long as you can or need or want. Otherwise, we're gonna come to a seat really slowly. Rolling onto a side. And pressing down to sit up. Keep your eyes closed and keep your movements really gentle. Cross one ankle in front of the other. Place your hands on your thighs. Roll your shoulder blades back. And feel yourself here. Feel this physical form still grounding into the mat and stretching up to the sky. And layer yourself here for one more breath. Empty the air from your lungs. Take a big breath in through your nose. And exhale, open your mouth and let it go. You can bring your hands to heart center or third eye, whatever feels good. Maybe take a bow for the practice, for gratitude for being here. Take a moment to just commit to bringing this sense that you cultivated here out into your life. You can gently open your eyes if you're ready. All right, friends, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're taking the time to be here because it makes a difference out there. That is the truth. As always, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you next time.